So if you've got a pattern of pulling away or any sort of pattern that you're uncomfortable with, that's difficult for you, there's going to be a reason why you have it. It's not just part of your biology. You've been trained into that. And generally, people have been trained into that because of previous experience in life. And mostly, not always, but mostly because of disrupted attachments in childhood. Attachments are a professional word for love. We like to use complicated words. So when we're learning to love as children, we're learning to depend emotionally. The person that we're learning that from patterns that for us or reflects it back to us. And that's our parents, carers, and our siblings, and also teachers, etc., etc. Now, if those people consistently reflect back to us that they like us, they consistently meet our needs, they consistently give messages that we are worthy, we are important in their life, etc., and they're consistently safe around us, then later on in life, no surprise here, we're able to form stable, loving relationships with everybody and anything. Because we've internalized those patterns. If we have disrupted patterns through our childhood, then we may well play out those disrupted, well, we will, not may, we definitely will play out those disrupted patterns. And one of those are sort of anxious attachment things that as we get closer to somebody, we get anxious. And that's a sort of classic anxious attachment style that we want to run away. Sometimes it's because the caregiver was frightening, but more often because they were inconsistent. Classically, you'll see this if you had one parent who were managing, say, a drinking problem. They weren't violent or difficult, but they were confusing because one minute you would experience them as very loving, like a drunk person is. They can be great, can't they? And then they disappear because they're hungover or something like that. And that inconsistency leaves us feeling like we can't trust more, we can't get close, etc. The good news here is that because these are learnt, we can learn new ways. It's fine. As long as we know about it, if we know we have those complicated, disrupted attachment patterns, we can work on developing new ones that are more functional for us. So if you see that pattern in yourself and you're not happy with it, I promise you can get help and you can change those patterns. It'll be uncomfortable because change is uncomfortable, but it will generally lead to a much happier life and more of an ability on your part to tolerate commitment and dependence, emotional interdependence is what we call it. And when you can do that, I promise you this is a money back guarantee. If you can have mature, interdependent, loving, long-term relationships with people, your life will vastly improve every aspect of it.